Well. Here we go. Here we go, people. We are live on a Saturday. It is Chubbyray, ready to talk comics and hang out with you guys on a Saturday night for a while. You know I love doing it. You've got to excuse me. I have been under the weather, and I don't even know what's wrong with me. I've got an Aura ring, which it keeps your heart rate and all that stuff, lets you know how many hours you sleep and so on and so forth. My Aura ring has been warning me all week that something was wrong. But I was just like, I don't know what it's saying. It says there's something wrong, but I don't think anything's wrong with me. And then lo and behold, I got sick near the end of the week. I just started feeling really bad. I'm sweating when I sleep. I just been feeling burnt out and really tired lately and exhausted. So I'm now starting to listen to my Aura ring. So anyway, I'm trying to get past the major. It says major. It says major disturbance. Let me see if it's still up there. It says major signs. Yeah, it says major signs of something wrong. So, so I don't know what's wrong with me. But I know talking to you guys will make me feel better. Galandowski's in, says, "Hey Ray, what's going on? How are you?" Well, I'm a little crappy, but thanks, Galandowski. Paolo says, "Sup, Ray? What's up?" Thrill Hill says, "Ray, did you get my email earlier this week? Just want to make sure I did. I did. Books are, she's either mailed them or they're getting mailed Monday. They were either mailed today or they're going to be mailed Monday." Sean says, "Hey, Ray, what's up, Sean? How you doing, buddy?" Richard's back. What's up, Richard? What's up, Ray? Hope you're feeling better. I'm trying to get better. Danielle says, "Hey, Ray, do you have any compact comics?" I do not. I do not. Oh, Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. I do not. I'm too old. If I was maybe 10 years younger, if I was like in my 30s or something, you know what I mean? I could get them, but man, when you get over 40, you start to lose some of your eyesight, especially because I'm nearsighted. I got to figure out which glasses to use with my black. What do you guys think? Should I wear my black ones or my blue ones? Oh, I think the blue ones look cooler. Let's go with the blue ones. Yeah, your eyesight starts going. So, and I don't want to put on readers. And if I don't want to wear readers to read comics. I like the fact that I could take my comics off, or I could take my glasses off. If I want to read like my compendium, I take my glasses off and I could see it just fine. But if I read a compact, I would have to put on readers. And, I don't want to put on glasses to read a comic. So that's why I don't. Yeah, so I can't. I wish I was young enough to where I could read them. Hope you're feeling better. Thanks, Galandowski. I told you the other day your ring thinks you're coming down with a case of major hypochondria. Well, I'm coming down with something because I sweat last night when I was sleeping. The whole bed was just soaked. My wife even made a comment. She's like, "Oh my God, your side of your bed was just drenched." Well, yeah, sorry. I said, I got up and peed. Obviously, I didn't make it to the bathroom. I just sort of went. It was as if I peed all over the bed. That's how wet it was. My body's just sweating. I just got 3 Batman omnibus in the mail today. Bruce Wayne, love it. Murderer Tynan, Volume 1, love it. And Gotham Central. Oh, dude. That's a great set of books. Batman, Bruce Wayne, Murderer turned Fugitive is fantastic. Tynan is amazing. And Gotham Central, although it doesn't have a lot of Batman in it, is really that's Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker. That's a great omnibus. Hey, Chubbyray. I'm now a full-fledged member. Can't wait for those awesome giveaways. It's going to be awesome, Chris. You are in the cup. I want to pull it to prove to you, but I don't know if I can find you. But yeah, I went through and I added you and I added, oh, here we go. Yeah. Marvel Tucker Chris. Yep, I added you and I added Aaron was one I added. There's Aaron. And there was somebody else at the top of the list. They all got added today. All got added before I do the broadcast. I make sure everybody's in. In fact, I gotta check again. If I got any new members, I gotta make sure that I get them added before I do giveaways tonight. I added Christopher Landon, who's another newbie. I got Christopher in. So all you guys are ready for giveaways. We'll be doing a giveaway tonight. I love to do giveaways during live shows. Santiago, what's up, Santiago? Says good evening. Same to you, Santiago. There's an entire list of things wrong with you. Shall I start listing them? No, you shouldn't. Hit that like button, everybody. Thanks, Santiago. Hit that like button. Let the algorithm know that this is a stream worth watching. This is a stream worth watching. Of course, I am accepting super chats and gifts and stuff during this this stream. Richard says recently ordered some books from Fanaticals on their eBay page. Ordered Thor by Gillen, JMS, and Blade, the early years omnibus. Excited to order Black Panther, Panther's Prey next week as well. Yeah. Panther's Prey is going to be great. I pre-ordered that from I think I pre-ordered that from Cheap Graphic Novels. How big is the Blackest Night omnibus? Does it get the Chubbyray? Yeah, I'd show it. Will I show it to you? You know what? I'd get up and show it to you. I would get up and show it to you, but I would definitely get up and show it to you, Chris, but I'm afraid I'd hurt my back. You know what I mean? I need to get like an intern for this show. Just someone who stands there and will hold up books I ask them to hold up. Could you please hold up Blackest Night and just have them go, here we go? And that's what I need because I'm afraid I'd hurt my back if I did it myself. Some comics are completely unreadable in compact format like Watchmen and Arkham Asylum. Buy them as much big format. Yeah, Absolute Edition. I read Watchmen Absolute Edition. That's the best. Christina says I'm having hot flashes. Thank you. Oh, Paolo says became a YouTube member. Thank you, Paolo. Now I gotta fill out Paolo. Let me make sure you're in. I love it. I've got to include another person. More work for me. I love it. I love when I get to announce things like that. Do you want one of my... No, Chrissy, I do not want an estrogen patch. Brant says, hey, Ray. What's up, Brant? All the streams are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What's a good starting point for Green Arrow comics for a beginner? Archer's Quest is good because that starts with the Kevin Smith. That starts with the Kevin Smith run when they brought him back from the dead. Because Oliver Queen dies. Oliver Queen dies in issue 100. And then Kevin Smith brings him back in like issue 140 or 150 or whatever. And yeah, that's right in there. And then, of course, now the Grow run, you could do the Grow run, which starts earlier. But I'm saying Archer's Quest because number one, it's not out of stock. It's available I think it's available, and I believe it's for a good price. Let me double check. When I check, I usually check places like Amazon, because if Amazon has it for a good price, everyone has it for a good price. You know what I mean? Good price. Let's see. And it's $74. It's $74 right now on Amazon. That's a pretty good price. Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Get Archer's Quest. Let's see. Good day, mate. Chief says, "What up, Chubbyray?" Same old, man. I'm happy it's Saturday. Hey, Ray, what's going on? Hope you're staying warm. Question of the day: what's your favorite Batmobile? Oh, favorite. The best looking. I think the greatest looking Batmobile of all time has got to be the '60s Batmobile. The Batmobile that's older than me. The Batmobile that's older than me is my favorite. That's the one I like. That's the one I like the best. If I was going to own one, that's definitely the one I'd own. One of the Price is Right models. All right. The biggest omnibus to date is Avengers versus X-Men heavy book. Definitely read that one at a desk. Yeah. Avengers versus X-Men is a very thick book. You can hurt your back just picking that one up. Thrill Hill says, went to Ollie's and got 3 new 52 and 3 Rebirth paperbacks for $4 each today. I applaud when you have an Ollie's in your neighborhood, in your city, when you have an Ollie's that's completely stocked with fresh new omnibuses or fresh new paperbacks or epic collections. Any of those are great. When you have an Ollie's that has a fresh assortment of stuff, that's great. They're building an Ollie's where I live. They're building one. Now there's Ollie's around, and there's an Ollie's in Peoria. There's an Ollie's in Jacksonville. There's an Ollie's in St. Louis. They have Ollie's in Chicago, but they're building one where I live in Springfield right now. And it's, I think it opens up next month, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I drove by yesterday and it's looking pretty good in there. It's coming together really nice. I can't wait. What's your favorite series by Brubaker and Sean Phillips? Oh, Criminal. Oh, I like the hardcovers, but I did just get, what did I just get? I just got I like Deluxe 1, 2, and 3. I have those, but then I also just got what did I just get? No, that's not Brubaker Phillips. Let's see, what is oh, here we go. The Knives. I just got The Knives. Have not read it yet. Just got this. And they describe it as this is like Brubaker does Scorsese. So it supposedly reads like a Scorsese novel or like a Scorsese movie. I cannot wait to read this. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. If you've never read any of the criminal stuff, it's all fantastic. Brubaker is really, his superhero stuff is fine, but his superhero stuff is great. But when he writes just regular bad people, he's got a really good feel. He's got a great feel for it. And cops he writes Gotham Central, and his Gotham Central omnibus is fantastic. But yeah, The Knives. I'm looking forward to reading this. By the way, I showed you I also got the Christopher Cantwell book, Out of Alcatraz, and I'm looking so forward to reading this as well. So yeah, I do occasionally like to read. I do occasionally like to read just weird stuff, like which is, it's totally fiction, but it reads like, fact. Brant says Green Arrow year 1. I'm checking to see. That's Andy Diggle. That's Andy Diggle and Jock, right? Yeah. Here we go. Green Arrow year 1 by Andy Diggle and Jock is pretty good. But it's not. He wanted to know about an omnibus, so I told him omnibus. Yeah. But yeah, year one's all right. I'll tell you my favorite. I just did a video on my favorite on one of my favorite Green Arrow runs, which was Chuck Dixon's run, which is wrong because yeah, I completely disagree with Chuck Dixon. I wish he would have kept his mouth shut with his politics stuff, but his Green Arrow was fantastic in the 90s, and I loved, the invention of the creation of Connor Hawk and introducing him as the Green Arrow. I thought that was great. I think that was a perfect run. I liked Benjamin Percy's Green Arrow run too. I love Green Arrow, so I thought Green Arrow's run was perfect as well. So for me, it's going to be harder to find a Green Arrow run I didn't like. I love Green Arrow. Is Batman and Robin year 1 a serious story as well? Oh yeah. Batman and Robin year 1 is number 1. Batman and Robin year 1 is it's a story about it's a family story. It's about a father and a son who just happened to fight crime. Batman and Robin year 1 is about Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. And that both come from similar backgrounds. Bruce Wayne lost his parents. They were murdered by someone bad. Same thing happened to Dick Grayson. So Bruce Wayne emphatically feels for him, and he takes that kid under his he becomes his like a single foster parent, which a long time ago that's when you would take a ward, but they don't call it a ward anymore. And so year one is about Bruce Wayne accepting Dick Grayson into his family, and then teaching him how to be Robin, and then dealing with the problems they have of him trying to become Robin and trying to become family. And it gets to the point to where Bruce Wayne adopts him. So it's a really, really good story. But it's just a great story. I just love it. It's a great it's a fun read, and there's fun artwork. It's cartoony artwork because it's Chris Samney, but it is it's a serious read as well. And you could see some of the artwork. It looks great. Yeah. And it also explains why Robin wears the costume that he wears, and it's pretty interesting. And why Dick Grayson was the perfect Robin, because of how Dick Grayson was a better acrobat than Bruce Wayne. When Bruce Wayne was in his 20s, Dick Grayson was like 10, and he was already a better acrobat, because Grayson, his entire life, had grown up being an acrobat. And you just get to realize that if Dick Grayson didn't become a superhero, he definitely would have been an Olympic gold medalist, or he definitely would have been, you know what I mean? no matter what, he would have achieved greatness. No matter what. And the book does sort of, you know, it does sort of say that. It would be cool one day for Scott Snyder or either James Tynion to write a Hulk run. Yeah, I would be interested in that. I think James Tynion has a better mix on the horror stuff than Scott Snyder. So if it's going to be one of those horror, you know, I say horror because like right now, Philip Kennedy Johnson is writing a horror based Hulk run, which is sort of like the Al Ewing run that wasn't, you know, when Al Ewing wrote Hulk, it was a horror based run, and Johnson's sort of doing the same thing. So Tynion could write a horror based run very easily. Who's your favorite character from the MCU? Probably Daredevil. Spider-Man. But I would say number one, I don't have any comics of this person, but he's my favorite character from the Fantastic Four is Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. Reed Richards is my favorite Marvel character. I haven't been to Ollie's in a while. May go, yeah, he's got to see what's there. Got to check out Ollie's. Make Ollie's a monthly stop. That's what I'm going to do when ours opens. Which DC creative team would you like to see take over Marvel? Well, I just got it. With Joshua Williamson. I had, you know, Joshua Williamson's one of those guys that I would love to see take over a Marvel title. And one of my favorite heroes is Iron Man. So, you know, Joshua Williamson just took over Iron Man. So that dream was, you know, that dream was answered for me. I'm getting ready to add Paolo to my I'm getting ready to add you to the Frosted Flakes. You're getting added to the Frosted Flakes. You're going to add it to the Frosted Flake Bowl, my man. Ray, I've been catching your videos lately. Awesome content. Saw your haul today, and my question is, when you read Swamp Thing, buy The Animal Man by Jeff Lemire because they cross over. I did get that. I was told, was it last week's? I was told during last week's stream or... Somebody told me during last week's live streams to get that, and it's been gotten. Hold on, let me grab it and I'll show you. Where is that Animal Man? Got it right here. So I did just get my Animal Man in. So I've got this. Along with this. So I have them both. Very excited about it. So I will have them both to read. Oh, my head hurt. And I got there's like my head's really sensitive. I wonder if that has something to do with my illness. Criminals TV series adaptations also coming out this year on Amazon Prime. Oh, can't wait. Cannot wait. That's going to be awesome. I love it. Ed Brubaker is fantastic. Have you read Absolute Batman Volume 2 yet? Nope. I have it. I have not read it yet because I've been reading Charles Soule's Daredevil, and I'm just about to wrap it up. When I get near the end of an omnibus, I just consume it. I'm just so I'm reading. I got the whole where he introduces Muse early on, and then he's got Blind Spot, and he's going to China, and then when he gets back from China, Wilson Fisk has become the mayor, and I'm going through that, and it's awesome. So I got to finish. I'm finishing up Daredevil by Soul tonight, and then the next thing I'm reading is Absolute Batman Volume 2. Very excited to do that. Finishing up Scott Snyder's Batman Volume 1. Should get Volume 2. Awesome. Finishing up the omnibus Volume 1. I think Volume 2 is pretty cheap. Get Volume 2 while the price is still down. That'd be my suggestion. Aku says Ray Reed, Jeff Lemire's. I have his Green Arrow. It's I have the oversized direct edition of it, and it's great. Let's see. What's up, Wesley? Wesley, I thought of Wesley on, what was I watching? I know what I was watching. I was watching one of Omar's solicit shows. I think it was Epic Collection. It was the Epic Collection. And Wesley jumped on when they announced they're doing a modern Epic Collection of Charles Soule's Daredevil. And Wesley commented, said, Chubbyray would love, you're right. Yeah. When I saw that, Wesley, when I was watching it, the first thing I said is, oh my God, I'm going to get that. And then I saw Omar highlighted your comment that said, Chubbyray would love that. I would love that. You are absolutely correct. Arrow TV series is fantastic. I love the Arrow TV series. Yeah, I thought it was great. Radiated Ryan said, really wanted to read The Longbow Hunters. Just so hard to find for a price I'm all right paying. Yeah. I would say wait for that one. DC will reprint it. Yeah, DC's pretty good with reprinting stuff. I made it here in time. What's up, IP? I'm glad you made it here. I don't own any Spider-Man omnibuses. What would you recommend first? Not Ultimate. Okay. Spider-Man omnibuses. You got to go with Brand New Day Volume 1, Brand New Day Volume 2. Those are good starting points. Knowing that there was a whole history, there's a whole history before Brand New Day, but they're a really good read. I would recommend Brand New Day 1 and 2. I don't know what they're like. I know for sure Volume 2 is in print, and it's very good books. Very good books. I'm very happy with those. Ultimate is the best Spider-Man run. Yeah, I agree. I think Ultimate Spider-Man's a great run. And it's a great place to start. It is a great place to start. Could you show the spine of the paperback of Batman and Robin Year One, please? I was planning on getting the hardback, but maybe I'll go for the paperback. Why did you get the paperback? Well, I got I have a sickness. So I have Batman and Robin Year One. I have the paperback. There's the it look. I mean, the paperback really is really nice. It looks good. There's the spine. Spine looks good. However, the hardcover is awesome, man. I also have the hardcover, and it's awesome. In fact, I have show you what here's what a mess my office is. Because I have not been in the mood to clean because I've been sick all week. I have two hardcovers. So I'll be giving one of these away eventually. So Batman and Robin Year One. One of these is a gift. One of these is a gift from Comics and Bandits Comics.com. They sent me a gift of a hardcover of Batman and Robin Year One, which I really appreciated. Because I really enjoyed the book. Why did I get it? I don't know. I have a problem. I really have a problem. DP. Daredevil Brubaker Omnibus Volume 1. Of course, yeah. It starts with the devil in Cell Block D. Oh my God. That story is so good. Brubaker Daredevil Volume 1 is Matthew Murdock is in prison. So is Wilson Fisk. So is Bullseye. As is Frank Castle. Foggy Nelson is dead. But is he dead? And there's a Daredevil on the street. But if Matt Murdock's Daredevil, how is Daredevil on the street? So all that's going on. That's how the book starts. It's fantastic. Hey, Chubbyray, can't tune in for long. Hope you in the chat have a wonderful day. Thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate it. Let's go, says Paulo. All right. I wish they collected Alan Moore's Swamp Thing in omnibus format. Had to settle for the trade box set. Yeah. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. I know that Alan Moore has some issues with. There's problems with DC Comics in him, I guess. I don't know. Also, Omar announced Darth Vader by Soul Epic Collection. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about that with Wesley. What's your thoughts on the Flash, Joshua Williamson? I love it. I love the Flash. The Flash by Joshua Williamson is fantastic. Those are two of my favorite omnibuses of the last couple of years. Flash Volume 1 and Flash Volume 2. I thought they were fantastic. In fact, I even liked the Jeremy Adams stuff that came after the Flash. I loved it. I thought it was great. Doomsday or Dune Part 3. You can only watch one in cinema. Choose one. Doomsday. Favorite MCU movie of all time? Avengers Infinity War. Guess which one is choose? I have no idea. I don't understand that. Oh, guess which one I'm choosing. Oh, you want me to go? Oh, okay. So you want me to guess which one you could see in the cinema? Doomsday or Dune Part 3? I'd say Doomsday. Yeah. I think it's going to be a great cinema. That one's going to be a great cinema experience because Marvel needs to make a huge splash. They've got to make a huge splash. And they're putting everything into that movie. Saludos. Hey, Federico. Doomsday all day. Yeah. I think Avengers Doomsday is going to be awesome. Just because, Marvel has a lot more to lose. If Avengers Doomsday flops, Marvel has a lot more to lose than Warner Brothers has to lose with Dune Part 3, because Dune Part 1 and Part 2 has done very well. And we know that it's going to do well because by the time that movie comes out, that's only going to get a 45-day screening at the movies. And then it's going to hit Netflix. So I think I would pick Doomsday. I'd go see them both, but if I could only pick one, I think I would definitely do Doomsday. Toddy says, hit that like button. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Riley's back. Riley says, hey, Ray, are you ready for the restock on Monday for Fanaticals? I will check it out for sure. Yeah. I now know to check every Monday. Compendiums are awesome if you're on a budget. Wish Marvel would get with the program. I know. I wish they would. I did the Marvel Compendiums near mint condition today. Marvel Compendium stream that I was on the panel for, and it was a blast. It was a really, really fun time. And we came up with a great run of Marvel Compendiums. I hope that Marvel Comics are definitely considering compendiums. So that's all that I've heard is Marvel is definitely considering compendiums. So it was pretty cool. They built so well for Infinity War that I was totally on board with Spider-Man in space. The films leading up to Doomsday haven't been good enough. Well, that's why they have to. This is why Doomsday is going to hit. Because they really have to. Because the movies leading up to it they haven't been as good. You're choosing. That's fine. That's good for you, DP. I'm glad that's good though. That's fine. I mean, I'd go see both. I'll be going to see both. But I think Doomsday is definitely my preferred. Federico's going to see both. Just picked up Thor by Jason Aaron, Volume 1 and 2, my first Marvel Omnis. Going to get Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil next. Any recommendations? I think that's wonderful. Jason Aaron, Thor, Volume 1 and 2, and Zdarsky's Daredevil are two great. Those are four great omnibuses. I have not read Zdarsky's Daredevil. I'm reading that. Next I'm going to read. I think next I've got to read Devil's Reign. And then Zdarsky's Daredevil. Doesn't Devil's Reign come before Zdarsky's Daredevil? It just depends on where that lands. I'm just finishing up Soul's Daredevil. If from here on out you can only read comics from either Marvel or DC moving forward, which one are you picking? DC. I'm a DC guy. I love DC. Love it. Best non-DC Marvel titles. Oh, the Ghost Machine stuff. Come on. Geiger, Red Coat. Oh my God, Red Coat. Redcoat is fantastic, man. I love it. I love it. Geiger, Redcoat, Hyde Street, Rockefellers, Ghost Machine, Rook Exodus. Oh, Ghost Machine has fantastic books. I feel like the MCU is getting desperate by bringing back Chris Evans, Captain America, and RDJ when they both had perfect send-off. Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's see what let's see what happens. You know, let's see what happens. When it comes to movies, money talks, man. Money talks. And that's what matters to these studios. They want to make as much money as possible. I am Carl says, heck yeah, I've been a DC guy my whole life. Yeah. It's whatever book first got your fan, whatever book first caught your heart. For me, it was Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. That's a DC book. I've been a DC guy ever since. I love Marvel Comics. Love it. I love Marvel Comics. The first comic I bought was Micronauts, but I never read it. I traded it to my friend Jeff Burns for Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. I read it and it changed my life. I loved it, and I've been a DC guy since then, my whole life, and which is why I'm so excited about the Legion of Superheroes title coming out this year sometime. So, Rook Exodus, yeah, Rook Exodus is awesome. Modern X-Men omnibus, you recommend, Ray? Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. All new X-Men. All new X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. Highly recommended. Where is that? I want to. Here you go. Here you go. All new X-Men. All new X-Men is fantastic. It's right there. I love that book. Love it. It is great. That's Uncanny X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. Right here. And then I got the Dawn of X. I've got the Kieran Gillen book. I've got all the Krakoa stuff. It's not in correct order, but I've got all my X-Men stuff. All my X-Men stuff are back on my second calyx of this row. All right. Anything Jeff Johns touches is gold. Absolutely. Jeff Johns is the GOAT, man. I love Jeff Johns. What company has the best shipping when it comes to ordering omnibuses? Well, Panelbound Comics has very good shipping. Love Panelbound Comics. Thanks, Carl. I love the super chat, my man. Love super chats. Thank you. Yeah, I think that their Panelbound Comics shipping is top notch. In Stock Trades has good shipping. Comics and Bandits Comics.org are Crooks and Bandits Comics.com. Crooks and Bandits Comics.com has great shipping. They package it up nice. That's really good. Cheap Graphic Novels has great shipping. Amazon is the one Amazon's the one that can have some better shipping. Oof. They beat the hell out of your books before they show up. Oh my God. What company is best shipping? Yeah, it's definitely not Amazon. Listen to you and started Batman Tynan Omnibus. Yeah, Tynan's Tynan's Batman run is fantastic. I loved it. Which do you prefer reading, paperbacks or hardbacks? And which do you prefer collecting? From seeing your paperback of Batman and Robin Year One, I may just get that. Your thoughts? The paperback's great. I love paperbacks. I also love hardcovers. So it just depends. It depends on what's available, what the price is. Paperbacks are generally less expensive. Paperbacks are generally less expensive than hardcovers. And I like to get my books new when they first come out. So a lot of times I will get paperbacks. However, sometimes if there are hardcovers available and the hardcover is has got a good price on it, I'll grab the hardcover. But, you know, I've got good shelves. So, you know, if you got good shelves, you can get paperbacks just fine. Skeptical Turtle says In Stock Trades. Yeah, In Stock Trades has nice shipping. Ray, I just got Robin compendium. Any other DC compendiums you recommend? Okay, I like Robin. I like Justice Society. JSA, very good. JSA compendium is top notch. The Nightwing compendiums are fantastic. I liked the Superman compendium. City City of Tomorrow is fantastic. The Superman War World Saga compendium is great. The Terrifics Complete Collection is great. The Lobo compendium's fun. I'm just looking over at my compendiums. You know, and any compendiums are great. I love compendiums. They're all fantastic. Yeah, get them all. Golandowski says Panel Bound's comics good. Yeah, Panel Bound's great, guys. The only one that's given me a code is crooksandbanditscomics.com. If you guys go there, they give you $2 off a book, which is great. If you use the code Chubbyray Comics. So make sure you do that and you'll get a nice break, which is awesome. I'm Carl says free shipping from In Stock Trades for over $50. Yeah. And I'll use In Stock Trades because I live in Illinois and In Stock Trades is Indiana. So they're really close. Because they're so close, the shipping will get you. The only problem is sometimes they won't have things in stock. And so then you got to wait. That really makes me mad. Having to wait will make me angry. Cheap graphic novels. When I order from Cheap Graphic Novels, now they do media mail shipping. They make you pay for shipping, but they send it out like that. It seems like, well, Amazon's the quickest. Quickest shipping is Amazon. Then I gotta say, Cheap Graphic Novels. Panel Bound comes from Texas, and it gets here quick. Considering it's coming from Texas, Panel Bound has pretty good shipping too. But they still haven't given me a code, so. What do you like more, DC or Marvel? Well, Godslayer, I love them both, but if I got to choose just one, DC. I'm a DC guy. Amazon has the worst shipping ever. Yeah, they do. But it's the quickest. Amazon has the quickest. Now, there's an Amazon warehouse in my hometown. Or in my hometown, it's not my hometown. My hometown is Chicago, but there is an Amazon warehouse where I live now. And since that warehouse is opened, I've noticed Amazon will get books in really early. And then they'll start to distribute books to different warehouses across the country to where they think that people are going to order from. So I've noticed if I will put an early order in, I can sometimes, even though the books don't come out till Wednesday, they'll sometimes ship me an omnibus on like a Sunday early because there's a warehouse in town. And I've noticed that that's happening. So a book that I really, really, really want early, I might put an Amazon order in just so I can try to get it on the Sunday before, because I have an illness. I have an illness. Got a nice 4-book haul from Panelbound Comics. Their shipping's fee. Yeah. Panelbound Comics, they've either got the peanuts or the plastic. And I think they do great. They have good customer support. I think Panelbound Comics does a great job of shipping. I wish they'd give me a code so I could share it with you guys so you can get a discount. What's an omnibus that's long out of print that you've been wanting to get for a long time? My holy grail right now is Charles Soule's Daredevil. War of Kings Aftermath. I think those are the two I don't have. I think I've got everything. I think I've got every other omnibus that I want. It may be every omnibus ever made. I've got a ton of omnibuses. Waiting on my X-Men Blue and Gold, had to wait on restock. Yeah. But now it's in, right? Everybody just got their restock of X-Men Blue and Gold, and I know they're sending it out. Have you read Death of Wolverine Omnibus? Just finished it. It's class. I have not read it yet. I have it, have not finished it. I must do that. There's a lot of great stuff coming out from DC this year. Yeah, it's going to be a great DC year. I've got Titans. Titans is coming out this week, and it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. We're going to get that includes the Beast World. That's Beast World, and it also has it's got a Swamp Thing crossover in it, and yeah, this Titans is going to be awesome. And it's got Nightwing. It's got issues of Nightwing, and then it's got the whole Tom Taylor Teen Titans run, or the whole Titans run by Tom Taylor. I'm very excited, but that comes out this week. And then James Tynion's Batman comes out February 25th. That's volume 2 of Batman. Running out of space to build more shelves. Yeah. There's nothing like building shelves, man. A Night in Bloodhaven volume 3 coming soon. Can't wait. Cannot wait for that. Have you read any Moon Knight? Yes, I love Moon Knight. I've got Jed McKay's. I'm going to read Jed McKay's omnibus next. Yep. My wife just let me know my dog is sick. You guys have seen my dog. My dog has come in. My dog has come in sometimes when I'm doing these shows. I started moving some of these shelves that were up front. I started moving those out to my alcove. So you might notice a little more room in here soon. Yeah, I'm getting ready to read. I'm going to read Jed McKay's Moon Knight next. As soon as I finish Jed McKay's Doctor Strange, which started really cool with him walking his dog. It's actually kind of cool. Sam says, can I get a hello, Ray? My girlfriend is here and she loves your videos. That's from Sam O'Brien. All right, Sam, let's say hello to your girlfriend. Wonder what her name is. What do you guys think? What's Sam's girlfriend's name? Is it something exotic? You think his girlfriend's name is exotic, or is it a normal name, a plain? Is it like a Mary or a Joan? It's not like an old woman's name. It's not like Edna, is it? By the way, I laugh because I have a friend. I have a friend who's started dating someone, and another friend of mine refers to his girlfriend's name being Edna. Which I laugh every time he says it. How's Edna doing? Because I know, because her name is Vicky, but I know that my friend is irritated when my other friend refers to her as Edna, and I get a kick out of that. Yeah, let's say hello to Sam's girlfriend. Hello, Sam's girlfriend. Girlfriend name is Elena. Oh, very nice. Elena Iniesta. Oh, I like it, Sam. That's a good name. I like that. Yeah. I could not. My wife has a not normal name, and I love it. I could never marry I couldn't marry a plain name. I had to marry I had to marry an uncommon name. I love my wife's uncommon name. And Sam, Elena sounds like a good uncommon name, man. Good for you. Have you heard from Boys in the Brave and the Boys? He hasn't posted much. No, I have not heard from him. I haven't. Jake has not emailed me in a while. I don't. I hope he's okay. Yeah, I emailed Jake back, and I want to say like a month ago. I emailed Jake. Let me check my email. I emailed him. When did I email him? Yeah, I emailed him a month ago, and he has not returned my email. Wow, yeah, that's right. He hasn't. I hope he's okay, Jake. Hope you're okay, buddy. That'd be terrible if something's wrong with him. Hey, everybody, I'm sad I missed the beginning of the chat, but I'm glad I'm here now. Hey, Oren, how you doing, buddy? I am Carl, says hometown Decatur, Illinois here. Yeah, Carl, you're right down the road from me, buddy. Decatur, Illinois, not that far from where I am. Decatur's a nice town. It's one of the most reasonably priced cities. I just saw this the other day. Decatur, Illinois is one of the most reasonably priced cities to live in the state of Illinois. Which, by the way, Illinois is a great state. I love this state. But Decatur is one of the worst smelling states, one of the worst smelling cities, because it's got ADM's plant there, and so you sometimes get that smell of whatever they're doing to they process, is it soybeans or something? Sometimes you get that smell, but other than that, Decatur's really nice. Hey, Ray, glad I finally caught you live. Thank you, Salty Gator. Hey, Salty Gator, you've got to send in your address, because you won. Salty Gator won one of the giveaways, and he has not, and you have not emailed me your address. Let me see what you want. Hold on, Salty Gator. I gotta see. Everyone, let me check and see what Salty Gator won, because it's nice that I'm actually seeing it, and I want to make sure he. I want to make sure he, make sure he gets his stuff. I got all new X-Men for Thrill Hill Jr. So that was Kraz. Mega Luigi, Condor, Trav Tucker, C&T, well, Salty Gator, you won something, but I don't know. Now I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Oren, hey everyone, I have a shipping question. Do you use media rate? DC comic books qualify for media rate? I've heard different answers from different post office. Just want you all, yeah. If you're sending a book media mail, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you mail books in the United States, it's media mail, man. Absolutely. It's always media mail. By the way, a bunch of winners that I shipped stuff off for last week, you should have gotten your books. Books should have been delivered this week. I've gotten a lot from Amazon, though 50% off of the time I have to request a replacement because of their crap packaging. Yeah. That's what sucks about Amazon. What's your price limit on out-of-print omnibuses? I bought the Garth Ennis Punisher comics. They were amazing, but the price was not haha. I will only buy an out-of-print omnibus if it's a best offer available. I will not pay asking price. Someone would be asking $400 and I'll shoot back $150. And then they shoot back with, oh, make it $390, and then I'll shoot back $160. Sometimes they just give up. Other times they crumble. That's how I get my books. I will never pay. Some people have implied that I somehow have money. I don't have money. No, I'm very smart with how I do my comic shopping. I negotiate my eBay stuff for sure. Two omnibuses I really want that are out of print are Heroes Reborn Volume 2 and Peter David's Hulk Volume 1. Yeah. I don't have Peter David's Hulk Volume 1. Do you have Deathstroke omnibuses? Oh my goodness. My goodness. Does a bear wipe in the woods, my man? Of course. I have Deathstroke the Terminator, Deathstroke New 52 omnibus, Christopher Priest Deathstroke. I have three Deathstroke omnibuses. I just got my order from Crooks and Bandits Comics, and the post office had me pay extra because they said it didn't qualify for media rate. Thankfully, Crooks and Bandits said they'd refund the difference. Yeah, I think they did this. They did that same thing to me. They said that it wasn't, and they were wrong. The post office was wrong. It was definitely, media rate. They're books. That's on the post office though. Hey Ray, even though I just finished Night of the Living Deadpool last night, I reread it again today, and hot damn, I would love to see that. Yeah, it's a fun little book, isn't it, Tom? I love it. My girlfriend's name is Elena, and yeah, this is Sam's answer to earlier. I love it. Do you own all 5 volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man? Yes, I have Ultimate Spider-Man. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, Death of Spider-Man, and Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 5, which is the same thing as Death of Spider-Man, but somehow I have 2 copies of it. So, yeah, but I love it. I love Brian Michael Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man was top notch. Oren says, "Hello, Elena." Yeah, everybody's thinking, "Hello, Elena." I love that name, Elena Iniesta. Fantastic. Hey, NF, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Ray, what do you think about Rise and Fall of the Batman? I have the single issue, but was thinking of getting the on. I love the omnibus. I read it again this year, and I enjoyed it so much. I have Rise and Fall of the Batman. I have all 9 volumes of the paperbacks, and I have the entire omnibus, and I love it. I just love it. Ray, what do you think of Williamson's run on Superman? I decided to pick up his stuff and trade it back, and I think listen, I think Joshua Williamson's Superman run, I think it's epic. I think when we look at Superman as a whole, I think in the future, when we look at Williamson's Superman run, we're going to look at one of the finest runs that any creator has ever had in a book. I think his Superman run has been that consequential and that amazing. I think what he's done with Superman has been fantastic. Now, I love Joshua Williamson. And the stuff he's done with Superman has been great. I'm such a fan, such a big fan. And if you go, oh man, read Supercorp, The Chained, House of Brainiac, The Dark Path, Rise of the Superwoman. Oh my God. It is, I tell you, Williamson's Superman has been fantastic. There's been nothing wrong with it. It has all hit precisely perfect. I think Williamson's our best modern, with the exception of Jeff Johns, who had a great run. I think Williamson has had one of the best Superman runs we've seen, especially when you look at historically, when we look back and we see Joshua Williamson on Superman and Philip Kennedy Johnson on Action, we're going to look back at that being the golden Superman run. I think it's that good. By the way, Oren says his order from Crooks and Bandits was Superman Up in the Sky, Batman Long Halloween, Last Halloween, New History of the DC Universe, and Batman Year 3. Yeah, all of those are DC books. That's all media mail. All of that is media mail. And that's the post office. That's the post office screwing that up, because that is all media mail. Salty Gator says, I didn't know. I've been busy with work. Yeah. Chubbyray Comics at gmail.com, Salty Gator. I am Carl. Emailed me his address. Yep. Yeah, I think your book is, I think your book went out. I am Carl. Either going out today or it's going out Monday. So, by the way, winners from last week or 2 weeks ago, your books went out the beginning of this week, and I think you guys got it. Most of you guys got your books by the end of the week, and I think. Yep, Carl, you won the Marvel Masterworks. Tom says he got his yesterday. I asked about media rate because I've had comics through media rate before, but today the post office told me that comic books don't qualify as books, so don't qualify for media rate. Well, no, No, when I ship I ship media mail just fine. Sean says, got my books you sent today and super grateful and happy to add them. Saran Ram. Saran, I hope you like what I wrote. I did sign one of the books for you. I hope you liked them, brother. I buy out of print omnibuses when it's extremely reasonable. I get a lot from people that have no clue what they are selling. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with taking advantage of someone who has no idea what they're doing. They don't understand what they got. Is the Chip Zdarsky Batman omnibus worth pre-ordering? Oh boy. That's a tough question for me. Chip Zdarsky Batman. I'm getting because I have a sickness. And I can't say no. I'm also getting because it has amazing Jorge Jimenez art. Jorge Jimenez art is fantastic. I'm such a fan of it. And in the first story arc, the failsafe story arc, there's a segment where Batman. By the way, there's a lot about the Zdarsky run that I did not like. The main part of the Zdarsky run I did not like was Zur-En-Arr. I hated when Grant Morrison created Zur-En-Arr. I thought it was stupid. I was not a fan. So when Zdarsky used it, I was definitely not a fan. He then creates the failsafe robot. And it's a mess. However, there is a segment where, and I'm trying to find it in this book to show you, there is a really cool part of the first arc, which is when Batman falls off the moon. It's crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. Batman falls off the moon. All right. He falls off the moon. And then he comes back to Earth. I know it sounds ridiculous, and it is, but it is really cool. It's very cool. But I hated everything else about this. I hated everything else about this arc, but Batman falling off the moon. And I hated the failsafe robot. But I'm starting to think that wasn't Zdarsky's idea. I think they needed the failsafe robot in order to write Absolute Power. And so I'm wondering if DC Comics didn't force Zdarsky to include that. I don't know, but I'm wondering if that's not how it went down. And I hate to blame Zdarsky for that. So I will be pre-ordering Zdarsky's run. I hated I hated the second story arc, the Batman of Gotham. I mean, I hated this arc. Although I love Jorge Jimenez, but I'm not looking forward to reading this again. But because I have an illness, I will definitely get it. Superman Doomed, where Superman's infected with the Doomsday gene and turns into a Doomsday creature. I haven't read it, but it looks neat. Huh. I am unfamiliar with that. South Force asked that. I am unfamiliar with the story. I'll have to find it. I want to both get Justice League Dark in collected editions. I'm planning to get the compendium for New 52. Do you think DC will print a compendium for Rebirth? Well, they just printed the New 52. They printed the Justice League Dark compendium, and it's pretty cool. I haven't read the whole thing, of course, but I've definitely read through a little bit of it, and it is really cool. And I think it just depends on how it sells. I think if it sells good, it would not shock me if they don't print the Rebirth compendium run as well. By the way, Carl says, the Man of Steel Volume 4 by John Byrne. I've searched everywhere. I found nothing. Yeah. I think the Man of Steel by John Byrne Volume 4 is impossible to find. I stopped looking for it. I just have Volume 1, 2, and 3. In fact, I think I have 2 Volume 1s, if I'm not mistaken. Oren says, Adam from Crooks and Bandit Comics is awesome. He said he's dealing with post office getting me a refund for the extra postage and offered to throw in some free goodies in my next order too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, the post office has changed. And it's just not. They've made some questionable decisions. All right. Made questionable decisions over the last 10 years, that's for sure. Who's your favorite DC and Marvel character? All right. Favorite Marvel character, I said earlier, is Mr. Fantastic. I love Reed Richards. Reed Richards is great. I like Reed Richards, Spider-Man, Daredevil. Favorite DC character, Nightwing, Batman. And probably Green Arrow. Wow, how about that? Do you own Astonishing X-Men omnibus? Absolutely. And New X-Men? Absolutely. Yeah, those are 2 great starting points, by the way. Because a lot of people ask where you start reading X-Men. I think both of those are prime examples of how you can start reading X-Men. All New X-Men by Grant Morrison is a great place to start reading, and Josh Whedon's a great. The art is better. I'm not a big Frank Quietly fan. I don't really like his art. I love John Cassaday's art. I think the art in Josh Whedon's Astonishing X-Men is top notch. Love it. Out of all the mainstream heroes, both DC and Marvel, who do you dislike the most? I don't get this. I don't get asked this very much. Which heroes do I dislike? Oh man. Oh. Mm. This will be hard for me. This is definitely going to be hard for me. Who do I dislike? Wow. Man, because you guys, I love comics. It's hard for me to come up with somebody I don't like in comics. I love them all. I love them all. I'm not a fan of, all right, I'll give you one. Here's someone I don't like. Who's the DC who's the DC hero who rhymes? Etrigan, whatever, what do they call him? He's the DC hero who is a demon, but yet I don't like it. I gotta remember his name. I'm zoning on the name now. Etrigan the Demon. Etrigan the Demon. I'm not a fan of. That is a hero I do not like. So I did come up with one. Awesome. Ray, I just heard the DC's release in Rick Veitch's final Swamp Thing issues. If you're a Swamp Thing fan, what's your opinion of that? I did not read. I have never read them. I know why they were never released before was because that was it was Christ, right? Which I certainly don't have a problem with that. But I know that there were concerns that there were people, parts of the country that would not accept his. He didn't say anything negative about Christ in the books. I know that. But there was some concern that some people would be offended. So that's why they didn't originally release him. So, yeah. But I think it's great they're going to finally do it. Hey, Ray, I'm trying to buy omnibuses from Experience. What comic websites has the fastest shipping or the better pricing? Well, the fastest shipping is going to be the one where you can upgrade to like a FedEx option, which I believe does Cheap Graphic Novels have a I don't know if Cheap Graphic Novels has a I believe they have a I believe they have an option. I believe they have an option for a FedEx upgrade, but let me make sure. Let me make sure. I'm just trying to order some books, and then I'm going to see if they and I'll see if it gives me the option of doing it. Okay, how do I do that? I don't know how I don't know. I have I gotta put in a credit card and everything. There are places. I think Panel Bound Comics has an upgrade too, but I think the quickest shipping I've experienced is the quickest is Amazon. However, the price, Amazon's price is too expensive, and the condition of your books will not be that good. They do beat the hell out of those books, man, because traveling in the back of those Amazon trucks, they just bounce and shift all over the place. And I just got my Century omnibus. I got this is an omnibus I got from Amazon. And you can see the bottom of the dust jacket is all ripped up. It's all ripped up because the plastic came off and the book was just beat to hell by the truck. So this is going back. Yeah. So that's it. It's the quickest shipping, but you get a lot of returns and stuff because of the shipping. Next would be, like I said, I live in Illinois. In Stock Trades is in Indiana, so they're pretty quick to me, especially when I do the FedEx upgrade. Then you have Panel Bound Comics from Texas. They're pretty quick shipping to me because it seems to go Texas to Illinois pretty quick. Cheap Graphic Novels comes from California, but they seem to come pretty quick. And crooksandbanditscomics.com comes from New Jersey, and they seem to come pretty quick. So it's that's pretty I think it depends on where you live. So yeah, any place that has an upgrade, to FedEx is definitely going to be faster. So that would be my advice. But yeah, I think they're all, listen, these businesses, their businesses rely on quick shipping. So they're going to make sure it gets out to you as quick as possible. Now, they can't control the post office, but I will say that FedEx is quicker than the USPS. All right. Don't tell the post office their comics. Tell them they're graphic novels. Yes, they're books. If they ask, it's just books. My wife will ship books. My wife will ship and she'll say, I want to send this media mail. And they go, what are you sending? She goes, books. And they go, okay. They don't even ask. If it's a book, they give you the media mail rate. Is Batman Year 3 collected in DC Finest? Batman Year 3 is collected in a hardcover deluxe edition. It's collected in, I'll tell you something, here's collected in, this is harder to find, but the trade paperback Batman the Caped Crusader volume. Is it volume 2 or volume 3? I think it's volume. Batman the Caped Crusader volume 3. This also has Year 3 in it. But right now, I'd have to say the deluxe edition hardcover is the best book. It's oversized. It's beautiful. And I think And right now it's at crooksandbanditscomics.com for a pretty good price. And if you use the discount, the Chubbyray Comics discount, you get $2 off. So that would be my suggestion for year 3. It's not in DC Finest. Not in DC Finest, but it is a fun story. It's a really good story. And everybody should own it, especially if you're a Dick Grayson fan. Sorry to post so many questions about it. Thanks for the feedback. Going to order some more from Adam at crooksandbanditcomics.com. Great guy. Yeah. I'm a big fan of his store. I only liked his one failsafe arc. I wouldn't recommend the whole omnibus. Polo, I wish I had discipline enough to not want to buy the whole damn thing. But I don't have any discipline. I really have problems. Ray, have you gotten the assorted crisis events tiered? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I got volume 1. It's fantastic. I will get volume 2 when it comes out. I think Dennis Camp is an up and coming. He's the next big thing. I really do. His writing is very good. The only problem with Dennis Camp is you have to read it more than once. It'd be nice if you could absorb. I can't absorb his stuff. Even the Ultimates, I can't. I have to read through it again. I'm like, what in the hell? I'll read stuff and go, what? And then I have to go back and read it again to understand it. Sometimes he makes it a little too difficult, and that pisses me off. I wish he wouldn't do that, but I think he's a really great up and coming writer. But sometimes you have to try to understand the comprehension level of your audience. And he doesn't do that. Sometimes he writes above our heads. And I wish he wouldn't do that. What Batman book is this? I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, was that Batman Year 3 was the one I was just talking about. I have the same sickness, Ray. I buy every DC omnibus and absolute I can find. Amazon drivers know my address as well. Yeah. I know. Have you read Black Panther by Reginald Hudlin? I was considering getting the omnibus. It's much cheaper on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where is that? Where in the hell did I put that? Black Panther by Reginald Hudlin. I still have plastic. I have not taken the plastic off it yet. I've heard it's great. I have not read it yet. I'm planning on reading it sometime soon. And it looks great. It looks great. I can't wait to read it. But by the way, Black Panther's a very well collected Marvel hero. Question: I got a hardcover Batman illustrated by Neil Adams, Volume 1, signed and mint condition. Would you guess its worth? To me, it's invaluable. I have no idea what the worth would be. I think what matters is what's the worth to you. And if it's invaluable to you, then that's when I look at books that I have, all that matters is what I think. I'll give you an example. Here's a book. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. This is the wedding of Lightning Lad and Saturn Girl. I love this book. I don't know what it's worth. To me, it's invaluable. To me, this is a masterpiece. To me, it's worth unlimited dollars. I would never sell this book. There's no amount of money. There's no amount of money that I would take for this book. To me, it's Mike Grell. It's Mike Grell art. It's Legion of Superheroes. I love this book. To me, it means everything. That's what matters. There are some books I have that are worth a lot of money. But, you know, that maybe I would sell. It just depends on what the book is. But I would, if that's like you, if you have this Neil Adams book and you love it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'll be buying Chip Zdarsky because, yes, like you, it's a sickness. Yeah. I like Chip Zdarsky's Batman. The ending of it, I was not a fan of the beginning of it. Do you own any artist editions? Saran, I do not. I do not. I would love to one day own one. I would love to own an artist edition one day. I know a lot of work. Goes into making them, and they seem to be edited. Artist editions seem to be edited really well, you know, and when they're collected, they put a lot into the collection. I'm seriously thinking about picking up volume 1 of the James Bond omnibus. See, I don't even know what that is, but I'd love it. I don't know if there is a James Bond omnibus. Is there one? I might get that. Have you started the Mark Waid run on Cap? If so, how's it going? I have not yet, but it's right here. I have it right here. It's gotten so far. I've thumbed through a little bit. You know what I mean? So far, I've thumbed through the first few pages several times, but I have not started reading it. Now, I remember the Heroes Reborn era and what Liefeld did with Cap America. This was right out of that. Mark Waid had the run right after Cap came back. So I am looking forward to it, but I have not read it yet. But I've thumbed through it a few times, and man, it looks good. Ron Garney's artwork looks amazing. It does look very good. So I am looking forward to reading it. I'm very glad I own it because I'm a big Captain America fan. I ended up getting the Return of the Winter Soldier omnibus on eBay. I have the first Captain America by Brubaker. I'll have to find a way to fill the gaps in a way that doesn't look bad on the shelf. I love Ed Brubaker's Captain America run is fantastic, man. Ed Brubaker's Captain America is a gift to all of us. I really mean that. If that's something that you haven't read, I highly recommend it. Volume 1 to volume 5, it's fantastic. Every single omnibus is great. It's greatness after greatness after greatness after greatness. I love it. It is all fantastic. I was very glad to have read that. I'm so glad that I have the omnibus. And I think it should be evergreen. I think everybody should have that. Everybody should have at least a chance to get that, all 5 parts of the Ed Brubaker Captain America run. Because to me, that's essential Captain America. That is essential Captain America. Ed Brubaker's run. So, and I wish everyone had access to it. I really do. I can't believe that Marvel has let volumes of that get sold out. It's just insane. I really find that insane. Godslayer says, I got John Byrne's Superman Volume 4, but the price is expensive. It cost around $400. Oh my God. I think they're going to do omnibuses of John Byrne's Superman. I really do. I think they're going to come out with omnibuses because they're just comic size. Those John Byrne hardcovers, they're just comic size. And they just did new scans to create an absolute edition. So now they're creating some oversized scans. And I think eventually they're just going to do full-on omnibuses. That's what I think. Sign Neil Adams collection. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I mean. To him, it's priceless. So, Carl, keep that for you. That's what matters, is what you think about it. Hey, Ray, you said you're certainly on Soul's Daredevil run. Are you going to read Chips? Yes, I'm reading. Well, first I'm reading Devil's Reign. I'm going to read Devil's Reign and then Chip Zdarsky. Isn't that how it goes? Doesn't it go Soul, Devil's Reign, then Zdarsky's run? So I'll have to do Devil's Reign first. Doesn't help when mail carriers are sleeping. Yeah, I hear there's a lot of lazy mail carriers that sleep in their trucks. At least that's what I've heard, right, Tom? Tom's heard the same rumors I have. Who's the best DC hero and why is it Green Arrow? Well, I just gave you my list of best DC heroes. And that was Nightwing, Batman, and Green Arrow. So I love Green Arrow. Frank Quietly is very certainly an acquired taste. I like his art sometimes, but usually it's not for, he's not for me. I'm much happier not having to look at his art. I know it's terrible, but that's just how I am. I'm the same with Mike Allred. I don't like Mike Allred's art. I wish I did, but I do not. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Mike Allred's art. I wish I were. I dislike Guy Gardner. Carl, Guy Gardner's fun. I love Frank Quietly's art on Superman. Yeah, that's great. But, the deal with comics is we all have our opinions, and everybody's opinions are valid. All of your valid. I'm not going to tell somebody they're crazy because of their opinions. I think all opinions are valid because they're your opinions. And how can I judge your opinion? Gone, oh form of man, arise the demon Etrigan. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of Etrigan. I'm really not. I wish I was, but I'm not. Ray, have you read Midnight Nation by JMS and Gary Frank? I have not. No, Midnight Nation. I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to find that. I just got Scott Snyder's Swamp Thing because of Scott Snyder. I got Scott Snyder's Swamp Thing, and I can't wait to read it. Do you like Gary Frank's? I do like Gary Frank's art. Yes, I like Gary Frank's art a lot. Pretty sure you can federally upgrade and check out with CGN. Yeah, cheap graphic novels. I'm pretty sure they have it. Madden says, "How's it going, Ray?" What's up, Madden? Keep in mind, though, if you order multiple books, and even if one of them is special order, your order will not ship until all items arrive. Oh, I know, man. And that's the worst. That is the worst. But, Carl, you live in Illinois, and I live in Illinois. In-stock trades is in Indiana. So our states are right next to each other. So it's quick shipping. Now, if someone lives in California or Washington State or Maine or Florida, it's going to be longer shipping from Indiana. So that's why it varies where you live, and you have to figure that out for yourself. Kraz says United States Postal Service is the worst. Yeah, and United States Postal Service, God, I remember when it was the best. It's still the greatest postal service in the world, but I don't know what, about 10 years ago, man. I don't know what happened. The president named a guy in charge of, he put a guy in charge of the post office who just made some crazy changes back in like 2017 or whatever. And it just made no sense. It's like the guy, you'd think the guy was there to try to tear it down. Just really made a lot of crazy decisions. But yet I could send a comic to Alaska cheaper than I could send a book to Canada. Even though Canada's closer, Alaska's going to cost less. It's just, and now with this all this terrorist bull crap, countries are getting mad, so the shipping rates are changing. Oh my God. It's really, you guys, I had a winner from Australia win. It cost me over $60. It cost me over $60 to ship his book. $60 freaking dollars. That's insane. I can't afford that. I can't afford it. Ray, love the content. Do you have any Batman Beyond recommendations? No, I don't own any Batman Beyond. I'm not a fan of Elseworlds, although I don't think Batman Beyond is Elseworlds. But I don't have Batman Beyond recommendations. I haven't read any. Personally, I read and loved Batman Beyond Neo Year and Neo Gothic, says Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Hello, Ray and Chubbyray soldiers. Thanks, Jose. Thanks, Andrew, for giving James the advice, brother. I appreciate it. I can see that about Dennis Camp. Yeah, Absolute Mastermind is quite a head scratcher sometimes. Definitely something to reread. Yeah, when I read some Dennis Camp stuff, Denise Camp, I never seem to get it in one sitting. I always have to read through and get it and go, okay, wait a minute. What's going on here? Did he just say what I think he said? What just happened? Did I miss something? Then I have to go back. And then, okay, now I get it. But I have to read it sometimes 2-3 times. You know what? I don't want to put that much work into a comic. I really don't. I don't. I want to enjoy my comments. I want to enjoy my comics. I really do. I really want to enjoy my comics. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Kat. How has your radio experience shaped the way you create content? Is there certain experiences or lessons you learned and carried over to your YouTube channel that you think is foundational? No, not really. No, because I try to separate. I try to separate my radio self from my comic self. My comic self, this is the real me. This is the Ray Lytle that you would have a drink with, or you would have dinner with, or you just get to know as a friend. The Ray Lytle that does radio is an exaggerated version of myself. It really is. It's a type A personality. And I love that personality, but it's not me. So when I do this, I just enjoy being myself. And now I do remember some things I learned in radio and doing my videos. I learned about promotion. You notice when I end my videos now, I'll always do things like, hey, remember, if you want to become a member, if you want to get your videos early, become a member. If you want, super thanks are always appreciated. I do remember that I got from radio. I got that promotional tips. I got that from doing radio for all those years. But I do try to separate everything else. Like I'm never confrontational. And on the lives for this coming week, I'm going to start interviewing members and subscribers to this channel. Like I'm going to interview Ryan. First, I got to send him back an email. Because he's got a Kickstarter going that you guys should know about, and I want to give him a chance to promote it. But I won't be I'm not confrontational in those interviews like I am with my radio thing. So I try to separate it. Which omnibus have you reread the most? Oh, Nightwing by Tom Taylor. I've read that so many times. Batman by Mariko Tamasi. I love Mariko Tamaki's Batman. I think it's great. And Jeff Johns, Green Lantern 1. Those have been the ones I've read the most. Just off the top of my head. If you could just 5 vids, I could never pick 5. Yeah, they're very hard. That's why I have the honorable mentions, because I can't pick one. I can't pick just 5. By the way, Oren says Batman Year 3 is $12.99 at crooksandbanditcomics.com. After you use the Chubbyray Comics discount, it's $10.99. The deluxe edition is great paper stock, great colors, reprint. Extras include art gallery. Yeah, Year 3 is fantastic. And after the Chubbyray Comics discount, you get it for $10.99. Come on. That's a deluxe edition. Oh, my God. That is, and I'll show it to you. I can actually reach that one. I can show you what the hardcover looks like. There's Batman Year 3. This is Marv Wolfman and Pat Broderick. It's a deluxe edition of Batman Year 3, and it is fantastic. With a Chubbyray Comics discount at crooksandbanditscomics.com, that's only $10.99. That's fantastic. That's a really great deal, man. It's a great deal. Those who love Omni. All right, chat. Those who love Omnis. Do any of you regret getting compendiums instead? I've been reluctant to go soft cover. No, I have a sickness. I have to get both. I wish I didn't have the sickness. I wish I could be happy just buying one. I would be so much happier. I would be so much happier if I could just buy one of something instead of having to quadruple and quintuple dip. I wish I had more control over my illness. IP says, just caught that comment about Camp's writing. Personally, I like it. If his writing's a problem, Morrison's writing in The Invisibles might be traumatic. Yeah, I like his writing. That's my problem with Morrison too. Sometimes I have to reread. And it just depends on what mood I'm in. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just want a quick read and I want to understand everything and move on. Other times I don't mind. Absorbing it in several reads. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Says otherwise, I think it's one of the best runs anyone has ever had in a title. Oh, well, look at that. I love it. Hogwash Poppycock says John Romita Jr. is pretty bad. Yeah. Nathan says, Ray, what'd your daughter think of Redcoat? My daughter has she's got that kidney infection that's messed her up. And she's had to work. So she has been working 5 days a week. And then she's sick. It seems on the weekends she's sick the whole time. So I don't know if she's read it yet. I know she's got it and it looks awesome on her. She's got it on a shelf at her house. It looks great. But I don't know if she's read it yet. When she will, I'll know when she will, because she will definitely text me and thank me because I know she's gonna love it. Every time you say you're not a fan of Mike Allred, it makes me sad. Just teasing, so no worries. Yeah, I wish I knew why. Something about Mike Allred that I just don't like. Ray, have you read Flash Strange Attractor? I like it, but sometimes it's hard to understand what's going on. Maybe it's because I've never read Flash before. I have not read. I have the whole Cy Spurrier run. But I haven't read it all yet. I haven't read any of it yet. I have all 4 volumes. And I haven't gotten to it. I'll have to get there. By the way, Gary D. Ray just wanted to say hi and hope all my fellow collectors are doing great. Gary D, thank you for the super chat, my man. I love my super chats. You're the best, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have not read Cy Spurrier yet. Or here's a Flash run. Have you read Injustice? I have not. I have the omnibuses though. I love being an indie, getting in stock, notified of shipment, and getting within 24. Yeah, Cross, you're in Indiana. You're in Indiana, so you get the stuff. It's super quick for you. Like I'm in Illinois, so it's fast for me too. I imagine if you're in Ohio, it's probably pretty fast. Because I think it's in Eastern. I think In Stock Trades is in Eastern Indiana. So it's probably really fast for Ohio. I live in Southern Indiana. I get mine in 2 days usually. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Boy, Hogwash Poppycock. Kraz. Carl, me. Who's Josh? Remember Josh? Josh lived on the other side of Taylorville. I'm just saying we might have to do a gathering. We might have to do a Chubbyray Comics gathering one day. You know what I mean? I didn't realize there were so many Midwesterners, people that were in here. That would be kind of cool. Are you excited for Mark Waid's Flash Omnibus Volume 3 this month? I'm definitely getting it. In fact, the video that's going to the video that's being released tonight to members is all about my upcoming pool list. So you'll definitely see, you're going to see Mark Waid's Volume 3 of Flash on there. You're definitely going to see that on there. All right. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. Let's see. No singles at all. I got a single. I got Iron Man. I did just get a single of Iron Man and I loved it. Ray, how many issues is a good amount to read a day? Well, issues, I mean, I could read 100 issues a day. That's nothing. I think a good day. I think for a good day is either 1/3 of a thick omnibus or 3 trade paperbacks. That's a good day. That's a good day for me. Or if it's Ed Brubaker, Daredevil, come on, that's one day. That's a one-day read. Nightwing, Tom Taylor, Volume 1. That's a one-day read. Come on. Yep. That's not bad. That seems good to me. I know we don't do politics here, but tariffs are directly Trump's fault. He screwed it. Yeah. Well, I wish he wouldn't have. I wish he wouldn't have, because I also know that that comic companies, they get the book. If you see, Marvel does not own its own printing presses. If they did, if Marvel owned printing presses, we'd get reprints, but they don't. They have to outsource printing to somebody else. And because they usually have to get a printer in Canada, and if not Canada, then they have to do somewhere like Turkey, so they have to get printed in another country, and then they've got to ship it back here. Because of the tariff war, their costs have skyrocketed. So it has caused a bit of a problem with collected editions. And thankfully it hasn't hit us. Well, it has hit us with like Epic Collections. The price went up on Epic Collections, and the prices are going up on regular paperbacks. They've kept the omnibus price the same, but I have a feeling if the Canada stuff doesn't get taken care of, prices are going to start. I think the end of 26, we're going to see some increases. I really do. I hope not. Or maybe we get things, or maybe Marvel finds a new printer. Maybe they start. Aren't there some cheap printers in Mexico? I mean, good Lord. I've been going through 90s kick. Witchblade, Darkness, Cyberforce, Wildcats. Yes, I love the Darkness. I love Witchblade. I love Cyberforce. I'm a big Mark Silvestri fan. Ray, the guy's job was literally to ruin USPS. He wanted it privatized. Aside from that, he ran DHL. Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, he was wanting to privatize it. Dude, I don't even know. I don't know. That's he really just started to he was dismantling USPS, and I don't know how long it's going to take for them to fix it again. Finding joy in collecting Bronze, Action, and Superman books. The never collected, never digitized. I love Bronze Age, Justice League. I love Bronze Age, Legion of Superheroes. Bronze Age, World's Finest. Those are some of the greatest books. But I see DC Finest is printing some Bronze and Copper Age stuff, and they're selling them. Thank you, Ray, Ray, you make having this sickness seem okay. Well, that's why I'm here. Raul says, hey, Ray, hope you're doing well. Devil's Reign comes after. It's in Zdarsky's Daredevil Volume 2. Oh, okay, so I got to read. Hey, Raul, you won. Raul, you won the Justice League. Where is that book? Raul won Justice League Volume 1. Raul, send me an email with your address to chubbyraycomics@gmail.com. Have you ever read Usagi Yojimbo? No, I won't. Yeah, I'm not trying. I don't want to read manga. I've given my reasons before. I can't be trusted. I cannot be trusted. I can't fall down. If I fall down the manga hole, you guys, if I fall down the manga hole, the whole thing could be ruined. Justice League Volume 1. Raul, that's yours. South Force, I need your address too, brother. I need your address. Get it to me. All right. Let me put it this way. The other Ray deals with chaos that is insane. This Ray you see here is more calm, subtle, and subdued. Thank you, Tom. Tom watches both my radio show and he watches the comics videos. Tom knows. Thanks, buddy. You're right. I love compendiums and omnibus worth of material at half the price. Yeah, I love compendiums. They're both. I just wish I could like one or the other. I have to buy both. With the new Absolute line, I get trade paperback, hard and hardcover. Yeah, I wish I could not have to get both, but I have this need. How much time do you dedicate a day to reading? Oh, I wish I could dedicate more. I like to spend at least 2 hours reading. 2 hours reading. I wish I could read for 5 hours a day. It would bring me pure joy to read if I could just read for 4 hours a day. Oh my God. You don't know how happy I'd be. You do not know how happy I'd be if I could read for just 4 hours a day. It would make me so happy. The highlight of my day is when I get to just read. That's my favorite part of the day. It winds me down, relaxes me. I want to be able to read when I have a break in the afternoon. I'd like to be able to spend a couple hours reading. That would be great. Looking forward to Alex Ross' new Marvel graphic novel, Marvel Dimensions. Yeah, I love Alex Ross. The flash sickness is setting in with Wade. Hey, it's me again, Ray. What's up, Jax? Bought the first Invincible. Invincible's great. Do you have any custom bound omnibus? If not, which would you consider? I don't have any. I don't have custom bound omnibus. I've never purchased one. I would love to get one. But dude, I don't even know where to buy a custom bound omnibus. Nobody's offered me one. I've never been offered a custom bound omnibus. That would be great. If I got one, it'd be awesome. What upcoming videos or series are you really excited about? Oh man. Tynan's Batman Volume 2 coming out February 25th. This week we've got Titans coming out. I can't wait for that. I'm excited about Dark Crisis. I can't wait for that. I'm excited about the Dark Crisis omnibus. I'm excited about the Blood Hunt omnibus. I'm excited about Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider omnibus. I'm excited about Spider-Man Brand New Day Volume 3 omnibus. But I'm excited about just a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. I'm excited about Matt Fraction Trade Paperback Volume 1 when that comes out. I can't wait. So yeah, I'm just really excited about it. There's so many books. There are so many books I'm excited about, though. I could go on forever. I want to ask your favorite cheap omnibus. Oh, cheap omnibus? Aquaman Volume 1. Jeff Johns' Aquaman Volume 1 is, or Jeff Johns' Aquaman, it's not a Volume 1. Jeff Johns' New 52 Aquaman omnibus is a great price, and it's the perfect starter omnibus. It really is. If you're trying to get someone into omnibuses, just buy it for it's like $45. Just buy it for someone. It's a great gift, and it will get anyone into omnibuses. I love it. Jax, get it. Get Jeff Johns' Aquaman omnibus. It is fantastic. Gotham Central is going for $50. Yeah, Gotham Central is a great read. It's not a good first omnibus, though, because I think a first omnibus should have superheroes in it. Gotham Central is a great. Gotham Central reads like a TV series. It really does. It's very well done. It's Greg Rucka. It's Ed Brubaker. It's fantastic stories. But I think you need something that has, that has some superheroes and stuff. Yeah, send me an email, South Force. Send it over to chubbyraycomics@gmail.com. Do you read in order all over the place? Like Spidey went through a 300, bit of Spidey here, a little there. Well, now I just read Spider-Man Brand New Day Volume 1 and Brand New Day Volume 2. I'm not planning on reading any Spider-Man to Volume 3. If I do read Spider-Man, I will read Ultimate Spider-Man. I have to pick up Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 4. I haven't read Volume 4 yet. So I'll read Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 4. But all I've got left is Volume 4 and Volume 5 with that. So, that's where I am with that. Do you have Marvel Team Up or Marvel Fanfare? I definitely have Marvel Team Up, and I just ordered Marvel Fanfare from somewhere. Brubaker is crime noir. Yeah. Brubaker is, when Brubaker writes crime, any kind of crime noir is great. But when he writes any kind of crime, it's great. He's a fantastic writer. I think Ed Brubaker is one of the best. I think his writing is fantastic. I'm really enjoying Charles Soule's Daredevil. It's really great. All right, guys, is it time? Is it time to do a giveaway? Shall we do one? I've got this lock of hair. I don't even see this hair, but look at this cowlick I got going on here. Look at this. You see that mess? Look at that. That's the back of my head. All right, let's Jack says, how do I know which one is right? Can you spell it, please? You're talking about the Aquaman, Jeff Johns? Jeff Johns is Geoff Johns, Johns, and it's the new 52 Aquaman. That's the omnibus. Order that, Jax, and you can get it. You can get it for as low as $50. I think it's 45 now. I think even Amazon has it. I think you can even find it on Amazon super cheap. Let me check. Let me check what Amazon's got it at. It's $41. It's $41 on Amazon, dude. How can you not get it? $41 on Amazon. And they're guaranteeing delivery. But then again, it's because I live in a place with the warehouse. So it just depends on where you live, if you got a warehouse or not. But man, it is great. You'll love it. You will love it. It's a quick read. It's a for a good price. When people tell me they're going to get into omnibuses, they want to get into omnibuses, it is one of the omnibuses I recommend. Anything by Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns Flash, Jeff Johns Aquaman, Jeff Johns Green Lantern, Jeff Johns JSA, Jeff Johns Infinite Crisis, Flashpoint. Anything written by Jeff Johns is fantastic for you to start your omnibus collection with. All right, guys, let's do some giveaways. We'll wrap up the broadcast for today because I'm still a little bit under the weather. Let's do, hold on, let me reach down here and see what we got. Let's do Hal Jordan, The Green Lanterns, Volume 1, Sinestro's Law. This is Robert Venditti's rebirth run of Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. This is great. So this is either going to go to a subscriber or a member. We're also going to do, let me reach down, yeah. We're also going to give away Batman Volume 6 Graveyard Shift. Oh, yeah. This is Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Batman. This is really fantastic. I love thumbing through these. All right, guys. I'm going to draw first from the Frosted Flakes bowl. And that person will get their choice. Either Hal Jordan, the Green Lanterns, or Batman. And the one they don't choose will go to a subscriber, which I will draw after the broadcast is done. Then I'll randomly pick one commenter. So one person who made a comment, you will be picked. All right. By the way, Corey's in from Mobile, Alabama. So he's down from Alabama. All right, Corey. Always good to see Corey in there. We like that. All right, guys. Let's let me double check. I want to see if we have any more. Let me see if we have any more members. Because I want to make sure that I get because if they're a new member, I got to put you in the bowl. We had Paolo and I put him in. Paolo's in. I got Christopher Landon in. He's another newbie. All right. All right, gang. Here we go. Drawing number 1. This is one of the members. We're drawing from the Frosted Flakes. This is from the Frosted Flakes Members Bowl. One person is going to win, and you will get your choice of Batman or Green Lantern. Both DC trade paperbacks, by the way. All right. And it's Germo, or can you guys see that? Germo 1470. Germo 1470. Germo 1470. You win. Your choice of either Batman or Green Lantern. Get hold of me and tell me which one you want. And then the other book, I will do a random drawing for one of the subscribers. Now, if you are commenting in the chat room, you are eligible to win. You are all eligible to win. Corey's down there partying in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. That's awesome, Corey. I hope you have fun, buddy. I just realized it's already that time of year, isn't it? I'll be damned. That's great. That is awesome, dude. That is great. All right. And so get hold of me. Germo, get hold of me. ChubbyRayComics@gmail.com. All right. By the way, Lotor Empire says Frosted Flake Bowl. Love it. Yeah, I love the Frosted Flakes. Okay. If you made a comment, I would randomly pick you. What I do is I randomly pick you. Then I have to go check my subscription rolls. Now, my subscription rolls have, let's see what the subscription number is, 3,669 people. That's how many subscribers I have. I'll make sure you're a subscriber, and then you'll win the video. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. All right? Because I did draw someone who wasn't subscribed, and guess what? They didn't win jack because I said, nope. I guess I'm not good enough to subscribe to. So guess who isn't winning? That's how it works. And I hate to have to do that, but I have to. Got to smash that like button too, is what Galandowski says. Thank you, Galandowski. By the way, I am Carl says he's got to go. Later, Carl. Later, pal. Germo, congrats on the win, everybody's saying. We appreciate it. All right, you guys. Corey, have fun down in New Orleans and Nolans for Mardi Gras. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody else, thank you for watching. I had a blast doing the show tonight. And please send me an email, ChubbyRayComics@gmail.com. If you've won something and haven't given me your address, get hold of me so I can get the books out to you. All right. And next live, I'm going to go through all the books that have been won and no one has sent me the address. I'm going to give you a chance to get me the address before because if you don't get hold of me, I'm going to put the books back up for somebody else to win. I'll pick somebody else who will definitely, there's a bunch of people who want the books. Somebody else will take your shot. Trust me. Make sure to subscribe to the Chubby Ray Comics video channel. New video coming out for members now is Chubbyray's pool. This is my Chubbyray Comics February pool list. That is the video that is coming out. That's coming out right now. All right. And it'll be available. Everybody else is going to get it Sunday. All right. Maybe I might wait. I might wait till Monday because the Super Bowl's tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so I don't know how many people are going to be watching. I mean, who's going to be watching YouTube videos when the Super Bowl's on? Come on. Am I wrong to think that? I don't know. So at least that's what I'm thinking. Make sure if you're a member to check your feeds in about a minute because it's just about to go live. All right. And this will be the video for Chubbyray's pool list. All right, you guys. And everyone else, I will talk to you next live. I thank you so much for watching this. You guys are always the best. Appreciate this. I love your super chats. Thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate your super thanks on my comments. And please come back again. We'll do some more live. I'm hopefully going to be feeling better this week. So the plan is to do some more live broadcasts. I love when we do these streams, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So long, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. And I will see you next stream. And hit that freaking like button. Thanks, IP. Later, everybody.